Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week. We are very happy to bring to you our show titled Speak of Africa. If this is the first time you're watching our show, we say welcome home. Our show is intended to share the news with you. Instead of just sharing the news, we also want to bring more intelligence, a platform where you can discuss what is happening in Africa every day. When we started this show, we thought that Africans needed to be seen. We wanted something that even the President of America, Joe Biden, can watch, something that the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, can watch. We wanted something that even the President of China, Xi Jinping, can watch. We wanted something that all the international leaders can watch and know what is happening. We are just thanking you because since we started this show, we think you've really done a great job. Most of you send us a lot of news every day. You send us news from WhatsApp, email. We get all this news. Then we sit together and decide on a theme. For the news of today, we are just looking at the way Africans manage money. It looks like a lot of citizens in African countries are suffering because their governments mismanage money. Africa has a lot of resources. Africa is a rich continent. But African people are poor and they suffer every day. That's the problem we are really bringing to the fore. The problem of poverty in Africa is a problem of politicians. In America, if you want to get rich, you have to go into business. You start a business by providing the needs of people. You get rich as a result. By contrast, in Africa, if you want to get rich, you become a politician or you become a pastor. So those are the gateways to riches in Africa. When you become a pastor or you become a politician, then you steal from the people. You steal from the treasury of the country. That's how you enrich yourself. Then you look for people to protect you. That's what happens in a lot of African countries. Interestingly, you notice that most of these leaders in African countries do not really know how to manage money. And which is why you see them always borrowing from the International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund is an organization that is part of the United Nations organization. They make it easy for people to borrow money. And I'm sure you've heard of the IMF and the World Bank. So for today, we just want to really focus on the way these international organizations function. We call them Bretton Woods organizations because they were started in New Hampshire, the state of New Hampshire in the United States. For today, we look at what is happening in Ambazonia. It looks like the lobbies from Ambazonia are really putting a lot of pressure on the IMF, and the IMF now is exerting pressure on the government of Paul Biya because it looks like the government of Paul Biya is working on getting another loan from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Without this money, they cannot really meet their budget objectives. Louis-Paul Motazé, the Minister of Finance, is working very hard with the officials of the IMF. But it looks like things may slow down because Cameroon decided to walk away from the peace talks in Canada. As a result, the activists in Ambazonia have been putting a lot of pressure on international donors who finance this IMF to withhold money, not to fund projects for the Cameroon government. So this is just like the stick that they want to use to force the government of Paul Biya to return to the table and negotiate with Ambazonia. This is what is happening, and we can see that Belgium, France, and other countries are joining this bandwagon to punish the Biya government for walking away from peace talks. The International Crisis Group has also reported extensively on this crisis and the way the Biya government is very recalcitrant. In fact, we're going to really shed a whole lot of light on this. But in Ambazonia, the big story most of you have been sending to us this week and today is the Ngarbuh massacre. You are reminding us that the Ngarbuh massacre occurred on February 14, 2020. For so many months, for over 2 years, the mothers have been crying for the dead. Where is justice for the people that Biya's military killed with impunity? Where is justice? There's no justice. So the people are clamoring and asking for justice. There's a chorus of people in the international community who are also asking for justice for the people who were killed in Ngarbuh. Ngarbuh is in Donga Mantung in Ambazonia. Okay? So we have some pictures which we can show you of the area. It's a mountainous area, beautiful area. This is where soldiers of La République du Cameroun went on February 14, 2020, and massacred over 21 people. Some people even tell us over 35 people were killed in cold blood. But the government of Cameroon has been trying to hide this massacre. Unfortunately for them, the evidence is coming out. They've tried to kill people to try to silence them from talking. But people are talking, and we understand this was a very serious massacre. A lot of people were killed. Over 14 children were killed. Then you can even see the graves. They dug graves and buried some of these people. Now they're saying that, okay, the soldiers responsible for this heinous crime are going to be tried in Yaoundé. Why try them in Yaoundé, which is very, very far from the scene of the crime? Why not try them in Ngarbuh, the place where this crime was committed, so that some of the victims can come and testify against the assailants, the people who killed a lot of the poor citizens in Ngarbuh? Yaoundé is very far away. So it's a deliberate ploy so that these soldiers will not be held into account. Then where is justice? The international community is asking, where is justice for the victims of the Ngarbuh massacre? So this is the big news in Ambazonia this week. And you can see the Ambazonia Restoration Forces fighting because they feel justice has not been done for the people of Ngarbuh. We have a lot of videos we can show you in Ambazonia this week. You see them detonating IEDs, explosive devices, okay? Improvised explosive devices are used to really hit armored cars of La République B elements. You can see that. We'll show you the first video. Colonel Sop with his IED. Watch the way he blows out stuff from La République.
Today, 16, number 2 month, 2023. Yeah, una go see, na colonel cross this, from Sop, una go see him. He go do makaka, una go hear makaka na, then the car up from Jakiri. Yes, na colonel cross this reporting. From Sop, una don't see one motor. Yes, 2, tanker dede. 3. Don't reach your target. Now target that. When I don't see them, you don't reach. When I yaram. When I unity warrior. Colonel Cross from Sop. Bing! Ayayu! When I don't see him! Ayayu! Colonel Cross from Sop! Ayayu!
So the guys are escalating the degree of violence. Since René Sadi announced the withdrawal of Cameroon from the peace talks in Canada, we've been telling you that violence has really escalated in this region. So if the Biya government is telling you that things are returning to normalcy, it's a big lie. We're here to tell you the truth that things are getting worse in this region. Every day, more and more people are killed. We're hoping that with the peace talks, there will be a slow return to peace. But that has not happened, and we're really telling you that you in the international community continue putting pressure on the IMF. Let them not give any money to the Cameroon government until they agree to return to the peace table. This is the only way we can ensure a meaningful dialogue in this part of the region of the world. Otherwise, the Biya government will collect this money and still playing the game of Hitler, killing people, innocent people in cold blood. Okay? So next, what is happening in La République? Well, not much is really happening in La République. The only news we see there is The Martinez Zogo murder, which is creating a whole lot of repercussions in this part of the world. It is touching so many people, even the untouchable, Laurent Esso, is under surveillance. But is justice going to happen for Martinez Zogo, which is highlighting what has been happening to other people? That's the question on so many minds. But it looks like Mr. Biya doesn't really have time with justice. This time, he was spending more time going to celebrate his 900 already. But he was ostensibly celebrating his 90th birthday in Vomeka. And we have pictures to show you. Interestingly, one of the person who really presented themselves at this ceremony was Ferdinand Gongo. We have a video some of you sent to us where he was speaking, calling Mr. Biya a hero, a national hero, all those accolades. Take a minute and watch the video where Ferdinand Gongo is praising Mr. Paul Biya. Watch.
Chers amis jeunes, il m'est particulièrement agréable de vous retrouver en ce bel après-midi, jour béni, pour célébrer avec vous le 90e anniversaire de notre cher, illustre et prestigieux président de la République, son Excellence Paul Biya. Je suis émerveillé de vous voir si nombreux, si enthousiastes, si engagés pour venir célébrer votre président, votre champion, votre chouchou. Je voudrais me joindre à vous en ce jour, chers jeunes, pour souhaiter à son Excellence Paul Biya bonheur, santé, prospérité.
Thank you for watching this video where Ferdinand Gongo is praising Mr. Paul Biya. So we think this is just holo. This guy is just playing for time. He's the acting president of La République du Cameroon. He's a hardliner. What happens when Mr. Biya kicks the bucket? Will Ferdinand Gongo change course and make peace with Anglophones? It remains to be seen, because right now he doesn't really have any incentive. According to Ferdinand Gongo, if he keeps the status quo, if he maintains the status quo, things will be good for him, because he's just placing himself in a strategic position so that he can take over from Mr. Paul Biya. Already, he commands the military apparatus in this country, and things are really going his way. He has the ears of the First Lady, Chantal Biya, so you can see that he is well positioned to take over the country, the reins of power from Paul Biya. But is that what's going to happen? We think what is actually going to happen is a clan civil war. It has started already with the death of Martinez Zogo and Jean-Jacques Ola Bebe and all others who have been killed silently.
Justice for Martinez! 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 Justice for Martinez!
Ce matin, parce qu'au Cameroun, nous avons perdu un valeureux journaliste. Il n'avait pas demandé en aide. On a été la vie parce qu'il dénonçait les détournements. C'est pour cette raison que nous sommes là ce soir, ce matin, devant l'ambassade du Cameroun. Nous venons faire le deuil de notre frère qui est mort. Quand nous parlons de Cameroun, il n'y a plus de Bamileke, il n'y a plus de Bassa, il n'y a plus de Yaoundé, il n'y a plus de Nordiste. Nous parlons du Cameroun profond, qui a été fondé par les Oumlebel, les Eswandiers, les Mouniers, ceux dont tous, eux, ils ne s'identifiaient pas par leur tribu.
So the Beti are already fighting. You have the Bulus, you have the Etons, and you have the Ewandos. They are all jockeying for power and really fighting very, very hard. So the fight is now in the open. So it's no longer a secret. It's now an open secret. Things are out for people to see. So what is going to happen in Cameroon? What about Frank Biya? Well, People are speculating that he may not really have what it takes to succeed his father, because there will be a whole lot of competition. A lot of actors are really trying to take power in this part of the world. So from La République du Cameroon, we'll leave you now and go to Burkina Faso.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Burkina Faso has really had a whole lot of issues with jihadi activity. Ibrahim Traoré, the new junta chief, has not really done much to really stem the tide of jihadism in this country. He's been talking a lot, presenting himself as the new Thomas Sankara, but we think he's no Sankara. Instead of focusing on what he can do to help his people, he spends more time talking like a politician. Jihadist activity is serious, and you cannot just use the military approach or using the Wagner group to solve jihadist activity in Burkina Faso. Today, we just got news that over 5 people were killed because of jihadist activity in Burkina Faso. Every week, when we look at the country, more people are killed by jihadists. And it looks like the government of Ibrahim Traoré is powerless in really dealing with this jihadist activity. So what will happen? Well, when we look at the crystal ball, it looks like another coup d'etat will happen soon in this country. It will happen before you know it, because this government is ineffective in handling the problem with jihadists. Next, we take you to Congo DRC. In Congo DRC, there is still violence, okay? Goma, Ituri, in the east of Congo. M23 is still a menace. We thought M23 was retreating, but this week we saw women in Goma, a major town in Congo DRC. Women were protesting that they want M23, the rebel group, to leave their city, because the M23 elements are still there, wreaking havoc, raping women, and killing women and children. So this is news that we're bringing to you. What is Felix Tshisekedi doing about this? We've told you in the past that Felix Tshisekedi is just an accidental president. He is just overwhelmed by the crisis, what is happening in his country. He doesn't know what he needs to do to stem the tide of M23 and other forces coming from Rwanda. Okay? Since he's been president, he's been ineffective. Congo has a big treasury. Congo is a big country. But what has it done to really make his country secure? He's struggling and he doesn't really know what to do. And that's what we can tell you. The elections are coming in that country. He wants to run again for re-election to see if the people would elect him. But is the election going to be free and fair? We don't think so. And that's going to create another problem. Instead of focusing attention on solving the problem in the east with rebels, he's spending more time on politics. Is politics going to help his people? We don't think so. So we take you now to Ethiopia. This week, we saw the meeting of the African Union. A lot of our guys, presidents, met to discuss peace and other issues, war in Africa, okay? But what is going to happen? Well, what was notable in this meeting was just the dismissal of Israel, the Israeli delegation that came. Israel wants to be part of the African Union. Israel is not an African country, but they really want to exert their influence in the African Union. And you should understand that a lot of Muslim countries exist in Africa, and they see what Israel is doing to Palestinians in the Middle East, and they don't like it. They feel that there's appetite in Palestine, and they don't like what Israel is doing to their Muslim brothers. As a result, they don't really open the AU to Israel. So Israel has tried to use some back channels to come in, but the AU has a lot of Muslims that do not like to see Israel come into the African Union. So we take you from Ethiopia now, we take you to Guinea. The junta, the military junta in Guinea too has really been facing some criticism. They are struggling, but the people don't really like the junta, and they are expressing their displeasure. As a result, the junta took some steps to mitigate the tension. And you can see this. Mamadi Doumbouya is still there and making noise. After Guinea, we take you to Libya. This week marks the 12th anniversary of the revolution, the People Revolution, that ousted Muammar Gaddafi from Libya. Since then, there's been a lot of chaos. But what concerns us the most is not just the chaos in Libya. What concerns us is the plight of migrants. We understand that there was a shipwreck and over 73 migrants lost their lives off the coast of Libya. Why? Because the people are looking for greener pastures in Europe. They are running away from their countries in Africa and dying at sea because they want to reach the promised land of Europe. But Europe is not really a promised land. We've been telling African presidents they need to do something to stem the tide of people leaving Africa to look for greener pastures in Europe. But most African leaders are not really doing a good job. So the youth, the people are leaving Africa and going to Europe in search of greener pastures. So this needs to end. Every day we're losing people. And this is what happened in Libya this week. Over 73 migrants lost their lives at sea.
Have you heard the latest healthcare news? There's been a medical programming breakthrough. Let's go to Ali and Ron for more.
Thanks, Seb. A Good Samaritan is offering Alexia HTC, a new EMR EHR, to doctors for free. Certainly, this free offer will shake things up in the medical software industry. Alexia HTC is a David pitting itself against the Goliaths, Epic, Cerner, and Meditech, which are old and cost too much money. What happens if you figure out how to build a new EMR EHR on the web for pennies on the dollar? You give it away to the suffering physicians for free.
Want to learn more about how these two powerhouse solutions will help you win more business? Schedule a demo below. In just minutes, Alexia HTC can help you access a patient record, enter an order, write a note, prescribe a medication, generate a charge, and create a super bill. Plus, Alexia Care Corporation, the vendor of the new web application, offers full customer service and training support free of charge. Who can beat that?
From Libya now, we take you to Nigeria. In Nigeria, there is election fever. Election fever. The people are probably on their last stretch of campaigning, the candidates. You have Bola Tinubu, then you have Atiku Abubakar, and of course you have Peter Obi and Kanson, the other candidate from the north. It looks like the three main flag bearers are Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, and Atiku Abubakar. So what's the role of Muhammadu Buhari, the actual president of Nigeria? Well, it looks like he's really playing games. First, he has the issue that he caused with the new Naira notes. There's a lot of chaos in the country now, as much as these people are campaigning. But what you don't see is there is a backdrop, the undercurrent of a lot of chaos in the country. Take a look and watch the video.
Currently, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is completely shut down. Protests going on because of lack of new notes, lack of money, citizens paying money to collect their own money in their own country, a bad system. This is a symbol of a bad system. As you can see, the complete Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is shut down. There is a serious protest going on, and yet the leaders are sleeping. They can only fly jets. They can only fly plane, but they cannot listen to the voice of the poor masses. When a wrong decision is made, this is what happened. As you can see currently, there is no car movement from anywhere. This is a complete eyewitness report. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway completely shut down.
See the chaos that we see in Lagos. Why are they sending a lot of troops to Lagos? Is it because they want to suppress the votes of Bola Tinubu? That's the question inquiring minds want to know. Then what about Peter Obi? He is also campaigning very, very hard. Does he have a fair chance to win this election? It remains for inquiry minds to say. Then Atiku Abubakar is also campaigning and promising to make the country unite, to also create economic opportunity for Nigerians. Does he have a good chance? It looks like he might have a good chance because Buhari seems to be supporting him. Buhari is from the north. Even though they had a gentleman agreement, Bola Tinubu is expecting Buhari to support him full-heartedly, but it looks like Buhari doesn't want to do that. Buhari may secretly be giving some help to Atiku Abubakar. So that's just what people are suspecting. Within this backdrop, you still see a whole lot of violence taking place in Nigeria. Watch another video. You see the violence taking place.
We want them to stop doing election, but they insist in doing election. Look at them. As you can see, look at the decoration women. We want them a lot, but they refuse. Where is your phone? You understand? We want them, but they insist doing election in Biafran land. As you can see what is going on here, we are scattering everything, trying to put fire on their seats, canopies, all their decoration. Put it there, put everything in that decoration, put them there. Yes, to put it fire. See, they insist of doing politics. Hey, go and put that generator inside that car. Go, push it now, sharp. We want them a lot, but they refuse. As you can see, this is what is going on right here. We want to burn everything to show them that we say that there will not be election in Biafran land, and we are not going to do election in this Biafran land. So that's it. We must do what we said. We are not going back anymore. And there is nothing that will make us to go back. There will not be election in this Biafran land. Look at the DJ. DJ, why are you doing election in Biafran land? Why did they ask you to come here and you came to do DJ in this place? It's what? Temptation. But they have been warning you people. Look at how they destroy your property. Do you like it that way? This is what you want to be seeing. Look at, they are burning everything there. All their seats, canopy, everything. They will burn them. Yes. Put it in and let me tell you what is happening. Look at all these people. What is the problem? As you can see, we want them a lot, but they refuse. The soldiers are working, really working to see that there will not be election in this Biafran land. And there is not going to be election in Biafran land. That's what we said, and that's what we insist saying. We will be doing that. Burn everything, all their seats. Yes. All this cannot be, lose it. Put it fire. Carry that tarpaulin and put in that fire. Yes, we want them a lot, but they refuse. Since this is what they want, we'll be giving them what they want. This is exactly what they want. In this, we told them there is not going to be election. Our master Mazin Nandekali is there suffering. These people, they don't care.
From Nigeria now, we take you to Rwanda. This week, we have a good story about Rwanda. Okay? Although Rwanda is ruled by a dictator called Paul Kagame, Starlink of Elon Musk, the richest guy in the world, is introducing an affordable form of internet service in Rwanda. And they are using a pilot project in schools to launch this program. We saw this and we like what we saw. And we're asking other African countries to look for affordable internet because the internet is the future. Unlike Paul Biya, who condemns the internet as bad for the youth, the internet can create opportunities. So we need affordable internet in most African countries. So presidents, do what Kagame is doing, bring affordable internet to your people. He's using Starlink of Elon Musk. Do the same. Next, we take you to Senegal. Senegal is having a lot of issues with opposition marches, protests. Ousmane Sonko, the opposition leader, is giving a tough time to Macky Sall. Macky Sall is turning himself into a dictator. And the Senegalese people want him to leave, but he doesn't want to leave. He's working on a third-term project agenda, just the way Obasanjo tried in Nigeria. But will Macky Sall be able to succeed and run for a third term? It remains to be seen if the democratic culture in that country can hold. Finally, we take you to South Africa. South Africa has issues with Iran. Last week, we talked to you about power cuts, but the currency is really weak, so the economy is on shaky ground. But we think instead of wasting time supporting Russia, Cyril Ramaphosa should spend more time working to shore up the currency, the rand, so that it can be on parity with the US dollar. We think we've come to the end of our show. We've presented most of the issues, but we're telling you, do not forget, we have Afrizi.com. This is a channel we created for you. It is just like Facebook. Afrizi.com. We have a lot of images of Afrizi.com. Use Afrizi.com to make friends. Why rely on Facebook? Turn to Afrizi.com. You can create your account. You can even log in with your Facebook account and you'll be able to get to Afrizi.com. We're encouraging you to use it, and we're also encouraging you to use our website, theafricannation.com. These are two websites we created for you. Use them and reach more people. Bye-bye.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.